The 2025 NFL Draft is quickly approaching, and the excitement is building as we get closer to that pivotal date. For Dallas Cowboys fans, this draft promises to be full of analysis and simulations every week leading up to the big day. If you're as hyped as I am about the 2025 draft, then today's video is definitely for you. We're diving into some of the simulated selections that have emerged in the first round, and it's shaping up to be a fascinating class of prospects. As we take a look at the top picks, we see some exciting names leading the charge. Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Shatter Sanders, and Abdul Carter were the first four players selected in these simulations. These players are certainly making waves, and each of them brings something unique to the table. Ward, with his impressive arm and accuracy, is a quarterback that many believe could be the next big thing. Hunter, with his versatile skill set as a cornerback and wide receiver, is a player who can impact the game in so many ways. Sanders, the dynamic quarterback from Jackson State, has been drawing attention with his leadership and playmaking ability. Carter, a linebacker with incredible speed and tackling prowess, is one of the most physically gifted players in the draft. Moving down the board, we see some more intriguing names. Will Campbell, the offensive tackle from LSU, was selected 5th overall, followed by Ashton Jenney in the 6th spot. Jenney, a pass rusher from Penn State, has been impressing scouts with his relentless motor and ability to disrupt the quarterback. Armand Membu and Mason Graham were selected next, in the 7th and 8th positions respectively. Membu, a defensive back from Florida State, is known for his coverage skills and ability to track the ball in the air, while Graham, a defensive lineman from Michigan, is a powerful force against the run and has the potential to develop into a pass rusher at the next level. The 9th pick was T-Mac, a wide receiver from Oregon who has been drawing rave reviews for his deep speed and ability to create separation. Following him at the 10th spot was Jade Barron, a safety from Alabama with excellent instincts and ball skills. At the 11th pick, Tyler Warren, a tight end from Virginia Tech, was selected, which caught me a bit by surprise. Warren is a reliable pass catcher with great hands and a big target for quarterbacks, but his athleticism and ability to block could make him a valuable asset in a variety of schemes. Looking at the board, some of the best available players include Jahad Campbell, Amarian Hampton, and Will Johnson. These players are considered top-tier prospects, and it's no surprise to see them still on the board as the draft moves forward. Additionally, there are several defensive linemen like Jalen Walker, Mike Green, and Mike Williams, all of whom are generating buzz for their ability to disrupt the quarterback and stop the run. All of the wide receivers, including Matthew Golden, are also available, which opens up a number of possibilities for teams looking to add playmakers to their offense. At this point in the draft, it's a great time to think about potential trade options in the first round, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have been one of the teams frequently mentioned in these simulations as a trade partner. Considering that possibility, I've made a decision to trade one of my first-round picks and one of my second-round picks to Tampa Bay in exchange for their 12th overall pick. This trade would allow me to move down 7 or 8 spots, which could be a valuable move to consider. After this trade, players like Will Johnson, Malik Starks, Jalen Walker, Shamar Stewart, Jahad Campbell, Kenneth Grant, and Mike Green are still on the board, making it an intriguing draft for the Cowboys. For the Cowboys, there are a few interesting prospects available. Luther Burden, the wide receiver from Missouri, is still on the board, and I really like his talent. Although the team might have a different view on him, his skill set is impressive, and he could be a great addition to the offense. Burden was invited to a pre-draft visit, and so was Hampton, another intriguing player. Trey Down, another potential pick, is a player to keep an eye on, as well as Josh Simmons, a versatile offensive lineman who is still available. There's also some interest in Michael Williams, who is still on the board, and Matthew Golden, who could very well be considered for the first round. Before making a final decision, let's consider the possibility of trading down in the first round. If you were in this position, would you think about moving down in the first round, especially if it meant potentially getting a player like Golden, who is available at this spot? Trading down would be a bit of a risk in terms of guaranteeing that you land the player you want, but I feel that it worked out well for me in this simulation. The Cowboys need more explosiveness on offense, and Golden has the speed and route-running ability that the team currently lacks. They don't have a player with the vertical speed that Golden brings to the table, and I think he could be a great fit for the team. Golden stands at around 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighs about 200 pounds, and he posted an impressive 40-yard dash time of 4.29 seconds. While I'm not entirely sure if he truly runs a 4.29, even if it's a 4.39, that's still significantly faster than what the Cowboys currently have at the position. He brings vertical speed, kick returnability, and excellent body control in the red zone. His 9 touchdowns are a testament to his ability to make plays, even though he doesn't rack up a ton of yards after the catch. He's more of a speedster who can stretch the field and take the top off a defense. And I can see a little bit of Calvin Ridley in his route-running style. If the Cowboys can move down and still grab Golden, it would be a solid pick for the first round. There's also the possibility of selecting a player like Mecca Buckup or Burden, both of whom are solid options. But in this scenario, I think Golden is the player who fits the Cowboys' needs the best. Moving on to the second round, Xavier Watts was chosen by the Bears, Darius Alexander by the Saints, and Tyreek Williams, who could have been an option for the Cowboys at pick 44, was selected. Williams, a cornerback from Mississippi, filled a clear need for the team in terms of depth at the cornerback position. With players like Donovan Jackson and Landon Jackson off the board, there's still a cornerback available at pick 44, Trey Amos from Louisiana. Amos spent 3 years at Louisiana before transferring to Alabama and then Mississippi. He has the physical attributes that the Cowboys value, standing at 6 feet tall and weighing around 210 pounds. He's not known for his interception totals, but he did record 3 interceptions last year and allowed only 280 yards on 62 targets. His ability to cover deep routes is impressive, as he's allowed less than 19% completion rate on passes thrown over 20 yards. Amos is a solid cornerback with good coverage skills, and his athletic testing has been quite positive, making him a strong candidate for the Cowboys at pick 44. In addition to Amos, other players available in the second round include Savone Revel and Princely Omonmelon, both running backs, along with Carson Swessinger. Caleb Johnson and Trayvon Henderson are also still on the board, and in this simulation, I've decided to select a cornerback, believing that I could grab a running back later in the second round. Currently, with the draft analysis at my fingertips, I'm feeling confident in the direction we're heading. The potential trades have allowed for some flexibility, and I'm excited to see how the rest of the draft unfolds. As we continue this draft simulation, there will be plenty more to analyze. I'm always looking for the best opportunities to improve the team, and each round presents new possibilities. Stay tuned for more updates as we dive deeper into the 2025 NFL Draft and explore the potential for the Dallas Cowboys to make some game-changing selections. As we continue our journey through the draft simulation, the excitement grows, and there are plenty of interesting choices to discuss. After selecting Trey Amos in the second round, I feel confident about addressing some immediate needs while also considering future potential. The second round has been pivotal in setting up a strong foundation for this team, and the picks continue to reflect that direction. After securing a solid cornerback in Trey Amos, it's time to turn our attention to the next steps and what comes next in this draft process. In the third round, as we assess the board, there are still some intriguing options available, and a few players who could provide a significant boost to the team. At pick 76, a defensive tackle from Texas is still on the board, and this is a selection that could prove to be a game-changer. The defensive line is a key area of concern for the Cowboys, and adding a player who can plug gaps, stop the run, and eventually develop into a pass rusher is crucial. This player could serve as a developmental piece, someone who might not immediately become a starter, but has all the tools to make an impact in the future. Having depth along the defensive line is essential, especially in today's NFL, where teams are running more and more plays, and you need fresh legs to rotate in and out without dropping off in production. While the defensive line remains a priority, the cornerback position is something to consider again in this round as well. With Trey Amos already in the fold, there's still room for another cornerback, especially if the Cowboys are looking for someone who can offer flexibility in coverage. This cornerback should be able to match up with top-tier wide receivers and help shore up a secondary that's been inconsistent at times in recent seasons. The depth at cornerback is a great asset in the later rounds, and this is where scouts really earn their paychecks by finding value picks. A cornerback who can contribute on special teams while also being developed into a starter down the road would be a perfect fit for the Cowboys' defensive backfield. Another position that could be addressed in this round is wide receiver. With Matthew Golden still on the board, it's hard to pass up the opportunity to add a playmaker to the offense. Golden's ability to stretch the field and create separation with his speed is exactly what the Cowboys need in their offense. They've been lacking that deep threat who can take the top off the defense, and Golden has the tools to be that guy. His route running is sharp, and his hands are reliable. Golden's speed will keep opposing defenses on their toes, and his presence in the red zone could help the Cowboys put more points on the board. The addition of Golden would open up a variety of offensive possibilities, giving Dak Prescott another weapon to work with and making the offense more difficult to defend. Moving into the fourth round, we start to see some interesting players slip through the cracks. This round is where you can find potential steals, and there are a few players who stand out as potential impact players. One player who has caught my eye is a safety from Oklahoma, Billy Bowman. Bowman has had a share of ups and downs, but his ability to make plays on the ball is undeniable. He's an excellent ball hawk with 11 interceptions in his career and 4 defensive touchdowns, which shows he has the knack for making game-changing plays. His ability to cover ground in the secondary is a huge asset, and although he's not the best tackler, his overall playmaking ability could help him carve out a role for himself in the NFL. Safety is a position that's often overlooked in the draft, but for a team like the Cowboys, adding someone with Bowman's playmaking ability could be a smart move. While he might not be an immediate starter, he could be a valuable piece on special teams and in certain defensive packages. His ability to read the quarterback and get his hands on the ball could give the Cowboys secondary a much-needed boost. He has the athleticism to make plays all over the field, and adding a player like Bowman could give the defense a new dimension. As we approach the fifth round, the board is thinning out, but there are still some intriguing prospects available. One name that stands out is Antoine Power Island. An edge rusher from Virginia Tech Ryland has been somewhat under the radar, but his production speaks for itself. He's an explosive pass rusher who had 16 sacks over the last 2 seasons, making him one of the top pass rushers still on the board. Ryland has the athleticism and burst off the line to make an immediate impact as a situational pass rusher, and his versatility could make him a valuable piece for the Cowboys defense. He might not be an every-down player right away, but his ability to come in and get after the quarterback could make him a key contributor in the rotation. While Ryland is a great option, the Cowboys could also look to address the offensive line in the later rounds, particularly with players who have the versatility to play multiple positions. This would allow them to add depth to the line and ensure that the team is prepared for injuries or changes in the starting lineup throughout the season. A solid offensive lineman with the ability to play multiple positions can be a valuable asset, providing depth and stability to the line. In the later rounds, the focus will likely shift toward finding those hidden gems, the players who could develop into stars, but might not have received the same level of attention as the top prospects. The seventh round, in particular, offers a chance to take risks and select players who could provide value down the line. This is where the Cowboys' scouting department can shine, identifying players who have the potential to contribute immediately or in the near future. As we wrap up the draft simulation, it's clear that this class has a lot of depth, and the Cowboys have plenty of opportunities to improve their roster. From the top picks to the later rounds, there's a mix of talent that can help the team in both the short and long term. The key for the Cowboys will be making the right selections and finding the players who can step in and make an impact right away. Whether it's adding depth to the defensive line, bolstering the secondary, or giving Dak Prescott more weapons on offense, this draft has the potential to shape the future of the Cowboys for years to come. Keep an eye on these players as the draft approaches, because there's a lot of talent to be excited about. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Dallas Cowboys. Feel free to share your thoughts on the news in the comments as well. The NFL offseason is heating up, and one name is suddenly making waves in Dallas: Sam Darnold. After a career resurgence with the Minnesota Vikings in 2024, the former number 3 overall pick is being quietly linked to the Dallas Cowboys, stirring speculation that America's team might be preparing for a bold quarterback shakeup. With contract talks stalling in key areas and whispers of dissatisfaction in the locker room, the possibility of Darnold landing in Arlington is no longer just rumor. It's rapidly gaining traction. Darnold's story is one of perseverance. Written off after his struggles with the Jets and Panthers, the 27-year-old quarterback found new life in Minnesota, leading the Vikings to a 14-3 record and earning his first Pro Bowl nod. His arm strength, improved decision-making, and ability to lead late-game drives turned heads across the league, especially in Dallas, where postseason heartbreaks have become all too familiar. The Cowboys, despite boasting a high-powered roster, are still searching for the X factor under center that can take them beyond the divisional round. But why Darnold and why now? League insiders suggest the Cowboys are intrigued by his low-risk, high-reward profile. With only 1 year left on his deal and no long-term commitment required, Darnold presents an opportunity to challenge or even replace the current starter without appending the team salary cap. His proven ability to execute in pressure situations and his uncanny chemistry with top-tier receivers in Minnesota make him an attractive fit for a Dallas offense that thrives on tempo and versatility. Of course, nothing is confirmed yet. The Vikings remain publicly committed to their Pro Bowl quarterback, but a potential trade or release could open the door wide for Jerry Jones to make another headline-grabbing move. And with the Cowboys fan base always hungry for star power and redemption stories, bringing in a revitalized Darnold could electrify AT&T Stadium in ways few anticipated just a year ago. So keep your eyes on Dallas. As the dust settles on a turbulent offseason, the Cowboys might just be planning something big. Sam Darnold's name is now firmly in the conversation. And if history has taught us anything, it's this: when the Cowboys are involved, expect the unexpected. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Dallas Cowboys, please subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. We always look forward to your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.